What's up, YouTube? Yeah, firstly just want to say thank you so much for clicking on this video, and I hope, as always, that all of you are doing well. Also just want to put kind of a disclaimer out there. This is very different to what I'm used to filming. I'm used to putting the camera down, recording a cover, and then that's it. So I'm a bit out of my depth here, so if it's a bit cringe, I just want to apologize in advance for that. So yeah,
I'm sorry.
so I've been getting a lot of requests to film a Q&A video, and I thought that it would be kind of a cool idea to do it when I hit 20k subscribers, and you've all smashed that. So I just want to say thank you so much for allowing that to happen. I'm super grateful and just very thankful for all the support you've showed me on all of my platforms. And I forgot what I was going to say. No, it's chilled. Yeah, can't wait. Yeah, I've got my mate Travis behind the camera as well to make things a bit less awkward for me here. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to start off with the questions that got asked the most frequently. Just get those out of the way. What am I saying, dude? I feel like I need to restart this. I had like a script in my head of what I wanted to say, and it's completely gone out the window. No, I've got this. I'll probably leave these mistakes in here as well, just because it makes it more relatable, I guess. So, the first question is, how old are you? I'm 22 years old. I turned 22 on the 8th of March. Another question I got asked a lot was, where are you from? I'm from South Africa, so that is the accent that you guys are hearing. It's a South African accent. Obviously, what am I saying? It's a South. Anyways, next question. This is probably the most asked question, which is what inspired you to start singing / posting covers? I only really started putting my stuff online and for people to see during lockdown. Started off with TikTok. Posted a cover with my sister. We sang All I Want by Codaline, and just did really well off the bat, which was a blessing. And from there, it's just kind of snowballed, and the following has grown, which has been really cool to see. And got recommended to start posting videos on YouTube, just to have like kind of longer form stuff out there. Really prefer YouTube over TikTok, to be honest. So yeah, I can't really say there's anything that inspired me per se. It was more just I decided to just put my stuff out there during COVID, and it's kind of developed into something really cool. Kind of links to the next question, I guess, which is, when did you start singing? I mean, I've always kind of been singing, just like for fun around the house, but never took it seriously at all. Also until about a year ago, like I said, when I started posting stuff on TikTok and started putting stuff out there. Which links with the next question, how did I learn to play the guitar? That doesn't really link, but anyways. I taught myself on YouTube, actually. I've been playing for about 2 years now. I started teaching myself off of YouTube when I was in my second year at university. And also, like, I remember I even made, like, I didn't have a capo at the time either when I started playing, so I literally made a capo out of a pen and some string because, yeah, I don't know, kind of was tired of making excuses for not learning, so just kind of forced myself into it, and it's been really cool. Next question, what are you studying at university? I'm studying law currently. I'm doing my honours this year. So hopefully it's my final year. I mean, I'm obviously planning on finishing this year, and hopefully be able to do music full time if that's what's meant to happen. So yeah, I'm doing law. Next question is, do you have siblings? Yes, I have 2 younger sisters. The one is 18, turning 19 this year, and then the other one is 15, turning 16. How tall are you? That is also one that I got asked a lot. I'm 6'5". Yeah, no, I actually, funnily enough, I went to the doctor the other day, and he had to take my height, and it's the first time I've actually properly seen my height, and I'm 185 centimeters, so I don't know how tall that is in feet. It's like six foot, maybe close to 6'1". I don't know.
Ooh, you're hard.
Next question, how do you record your song covers? That is also a question that I got asked a lot. And this is one I really like answering, just because before I started YouTube and stuff, I always would be like, you know what, I can't start YouTube, I don't have a camera, I don't have all of this equipment, but I'm filming this on my phone at the moment, and I'm reading the questions off of my laptop. So I don't have like a fancy setup. I literally film my song covers on my phone without a microphone, without anything, which is also really cool that you can do, that you can make videos without needing like all the equipment in the world. Next one, do you prefer writing happy or sad songs? Yeah, this is something my mom and my aunt always make fun of me about, is the fact that I'm always writing sad songs. I don't know, people I feel like relate to it a lot more, and it stirs up emotions that happier music or upbeat music does or struggles to do, you know, or for me at least. So yes, I do find it a lot easier writing sad songs than I do happy songs. And I guess linking with that question, what's the story behind Outline? So Outline, if you don't know what that is, that's the first song that I ever put out on all of the streaming platforms. So please go check that out if you haven't already. I'll leave the links to that in the description if I remember. So Outline I always had this picture in my head of when I meet the person that is right for me, you know, the person I'm going to end up marrying one day. I always pictured that I would see her and it would be this moment of, you know, love at first sight. And I don't know, as I've been getting older, and I think a lot of people realize this when they get older, is that it's not necessarily going to be like that, you know. Some people are lucky enough to have that moment where they have that love at first sight, and it's a mutual feeling between the two of you, and like that's awesome. But this song is just about how if maybe you don't have that love at first sight and you fall in love with someone over time, that doesn't make that love any less special, which is why the last two lines of the song say, I've been looking for a finished portrait of the one instead of looking for the outline of a portrait not yet done. It's kind of like, stop looking for this perfect picture. So I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, that's kind of what Outline's about, just saying that even if it's not love at first sight, your love for that person isn't any less special. And then when are you planning on releasing new music? I'm working on a lot of stuff at the moment. I've got a few songs that I've written that I'd love to put out, but I've kind of realized you don't just want to put out a song every time you've finished writing one. You know, you kind of want to build up a good amount of songs so that you can either put out an EP or an album, or have like more of a consistent release flow, if that makes sense. So definitely planning on putting out music in the next couple of months, so please stick around for that. Yeah, I am. Just because I'm not releasing music doesn't mean I'm not constantly working on stuff. Favorite thing about the songwriting process? I would say probably I'm not someone that really speaks much about my emotion to people, and you know, it might sound like a cringy thing to say, but that is kind of my release. And I think that is why most people like music, whether it's listening to music or writing music. It's a good way for you to release. So I kind of use songwriting kind of as a release, getting my emotions out there that I wouldn't necessarily be sharing by just speaking to someone. So yeah. How many languages do you speak? I speak 2 languages. So English actually isn't my first language. I speak a language called Afrikaans, which the South Africans will know exactly what I'm speaking about, but people from other countries won't. So Afrikaans is it's a language that's native to South Africa, and it's like kind of a mixture of Dutch and German and a bunch of other stuff. I don't really know, but that's the easiest way for me to describe it. And also that's why my name, which I should have mentioned at the start, my name is pronounced Gerard. But most people just call me Gerry because it's a lot easier to say, obviously. But yeah, Gerard is an Afrikaans name. That's why it might sound funny to a lot of you, or like very difficult to say, or just very different. So yeah, I speak English and Afrikaans, and I speak Afrikaans at home. But I grew up going to an English school, and all of my friends basically are English. So yeah, okay, next question. How are you managing with music and college, or we call it university here? Mistake! But how are you managing with music and university at the same time? I mean, I'm trying my best, you know. I'm not gonna lie, it is getting very difficult just because I've really realized that music is what I want to do full time. So it's hard for me to focus on my studies, but yeah, I'm trying to manage it as best I can and trying to strike like a balance of being able to still write and record music and stuff, whilst also focusing on my studies. Okay, next one. One place you'd love to visit. There's 2 places for 2 different reasons. Scotland has always been on there. It just looks like a really beautiful place. And the second place would definitely be Australia, just because the people that side also just seem really cool. Most of my listeners actually come from Australia, so that would be a really cool place to visit. So I'd definitely love to travel there at some point. Is faith a priority in your life? Yes, big time. I'm a Christian. I've been a Christian my whole life, grown up in a Christian family. Yeah, so I definitely say that's like the most important thing to me. What is your favorite Bible verse and why? My favorite Bible verse is 1 Corinthians 16 verses 14. So that verse basically, it's a very short and powerful one, which is why I like it, and it just says, and do everything with love. Which I think is really cool because, I mean, you can literally apply that to any aspect of your life and to everything that you're doing. What is currently your favorite song? My favorite song at the moment is a song called Golden Thing by Cody Simpson. It's a really cool song, so if you haven't heard it, you should definitely go give that a listen. What advice would you give to your younger self? Honestly, I don't think I would give myself any advice. I think stuff happens for a reason, and you don't really want to mess with that. So yeah, I wouldn't say anything to my younger self. Do you have any pets? I do. I have 2 sausage dogs, Charlie and Lola. And there was another question, am I a cat or a dog person? Definitely a dog person. Like, I really don't like cats. Yeah, controversial. Cancel me, #cancel me. So yeah, celebrity crush. My celebrity crush is definitely Camilla Moran. I don't even know if I'm saying her name right, but she's beautiful. Yeah, getting flustered just thinking about it. Would you like to do a collab with any celebrity? Yes, Camilla Moran, yeah, for sure. What is an ideal woman like for you? Camilla Moran.
If you ever do that again, I'm gonna kill your parents, and I know where they live.
Other than music, what are some activities you enjoy? I need to try to think of something funny I can say. Yeah. I've just realized I've been slouching like this whole video as well. Damn. When I'm not helping children at the charity homes, I'm joking, I can't say that. No, jokes aside, I would say sports is a big part of my life, so just anything like playing sport, just kind of doing that kind of stuff. And then yeah, going to the beach. Blessed enough to live very close to the beach.
Best barrels ever, dude.
So that's also something I really enjoy. And then obviously just seeing my mates and doing that kind of stuff. Next question is, one of your biggest goals / something you're looking forward to in the future? I'd say I'm just looking forward to being able to do music full-time properly, to be done with my studies and just to be able to properly focus on it and put out some music consistently and to start like touring and playing shows all over the world, hopefully, because it's been really cool to see the support I've been getting coming from all over and the messages I receive and just everything. People are based everywhere, so it'd be really cool to be able to carry on making music, to be able to grow my following big enough to a point where I can start, touring all over the world. So I'd say that's something I'm really looking forward to in the future. So yeah. And then favorite underrated singer, I would definitely say, I've spoken about this guy a lot, but Eris Roves, he's insane, and in my opinion, he's very underrated. Like his music is just very, I can't really describe it. You'd have to go listen to him. If I remember also, I'll leave his Spotify in the description, but his stuff is really cool. What is your favorite album? I'd probably say his album, Moon by Island Gardens. Okay, then would you rather only be able to whisper or only be able to shout? That's quite an easy one. I'd definitely say only be able to whisper. I just feel like that would, if you could only shout, you would just irritate people, and there's certain situations where you can't shout. If you, for example, are at a funeral and someone's crying, imagine you have to try calm them down by shouting. See, that's not gonna work. I guess there would be some downfalls to whispering as well. Like you wouldn't be able to, what would you not be able to do if you could only whisper?
Anyways.
If you could have dinner with three singers, dead or alive, who would you have around and why? The first one is definitely Mac Miller. I would say just because he was just a legend at his craft, and it's really, yeah, I feel like he had so much more to offer. So I would definitely want to have him around the table. Post Malone also, just because I think he's a very, obviously he's not an underrated artist because he's huge, but I'd say in terms of his lyrics, he's very underrated. Like if you actually listen to some of his lyrics, you realize how deep the stuff is that he's writing about, and it's just, yeah, I feel like people don't always appreciate that. So I'd love to be able to pick his brain on that side of things. And then third one, yeah, definitely, yeah, Troy Bolton from High School Musical, because he's also just a legend.
Everybody's always talking at me.
I don't know why that came to my head.
Oh.
You ever coming to the States? Yes. I'm coming to the States in May. So like my flight to the US is on the 4th of May. So that is very exciting. I'm coming across just to meet some artists and writers and producers, and I'm so super grateful that opportunity has come across my path, or come, yeah.
Oh, dude, you're drinking cum powder? Oh!
Super grateful for the opportunity. Yeah, I thought I'd do some light-hearted ones now. So, tea or coffee? Tea for sure. Dogs or cats? Like I said already, dogs for sure. Another very light-hearted one is.
Do you fear oblivion?
Next question. Place you'd love to perform once you have a few songs out. Like I mentioned earlier, Australia would definitely be the #1 place. Another deep question. What's your favorite pasta shape? Yeah, I don't know enough pasta shapes to be able to tell you that one.
Oh, come on.
But I'd say the flat ones. I don't know what the flat one's called, but I'd definitely say the flat ones. The fettuccine, or yeah, fettuccine for sure. Do you have an innie or an arty belly button? Oh, definitely, yeah, I've got an innie. No disrespect to all the arties out there. Thoughts on Britney? Yo, this is an amazing question. If you haven't seen Britney Spears' Instagram, please go check it out. It is, yeah, I'm not even gonna say anything more than that. Just, yeah, she just seems like she's going through a lot. So, yeah, it's super interesting. Would you rather have toes for fingers or fingers for toes? Definitely fingers for toes, because that's just way more practical. You'd basically have an extra set of hands, whereas with your having fingers for toes for fingers just wouldn't work. Some people basically do have fingers for toes already, like those long those long toes. I know you all know someone with finger toes, so smack a like if you know someone with finger toes. What's your phone number? So it is. Then favorite place. What's the favorite or the coolest place you've traveled to? I haven't really traveled much, to be honest, but I would say that the coolest place I've traveled to is probably the Netherlands. I went on a hockey tour to the Netherlands when I was still in high school. It's a really cool place, but also just being there with all of your friends, and you know, it's a whole different atmosphere. So I would definitely say that is the coolest place I've traveled to, but I'm looking forward to hopefully traveling a lot more in the coming years. And then the last one, the last question of the day is, what would you say if you shouted to the whole world right now? Yeah, I'd probably just tell them to subscribe.
Hey, are you okay? Girl at the back with a sad face. Hey, are you alright? How can you be sad when you're so damn fine? Are you okay? Girl at the back with a sad face. Hey, are you alright? How can you be sad when you're so damn fine?
And then that's cool because I can cut it there, end it on that.